Welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, because Commander's number one. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I have got the boys with me today. Slothy, how are you doing today?
Oh, not too bad. It was an interesting week, but I'm glad that that's done with. Glad we're talking some Magic. How are you doing?
I'm not doing the worst I could be. I really hurt my rotator cuff at the end of last week. I was off all this week, so it was not the best time to do that. But I just remembered that when I was reaching over for these buttons that I was all happy for. I was like, oh, So other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I got a lot of really fun games in this week. I built 10 new decks, including I redid the Felothar a little bit after its initial test, but it was Sherman got to see the newest version of it. It was a lot of fun and stuff, so it was cool. We got to play some games with Frank. Frank gave me one of the March of the Oozes. I was finally looking for it because I can't find them anywhere. So everyone wants to take the ooze joy from my life. And Sherman, how are you?
I'm doing good. I would do better if you gave us a deck list here.
Oh, yeah. I guess you guys this is professional.
Daniel's probably on too many painkillers because he's been forgetting things left and right here.
We need the deck list. We just have to guess. That's really funny.
But other than that, not bad. It's the long weekend for most people. Not for me, like usual. So, but yeah, don't mind that. Other than that, it's getting warmer, which is nice. So we still get the snow from time to time, which I don't mind. Like moisture is good. But yeah, just looking forward to just talking about this deck. Other than that, we might as well hit our sponsors.
Oh yeah. If you want any of sorry, I was just trying to fix things again. I can't reach over on that side. It's very, very difficult to hit my buttons. If you want any of the cards that we're going to talk about today, go to houseofcards.ca. It's going to be one of the best places that you can pick cards up. Very, very fast delivery, great stock, and great people. So again, that's houseofcards.ca, and use the promo code IT99. That's going to give you a discount at the checkout. It's going to be awesome. Like, share, subscribe. It really, really does help us out in like getting reach and having people see kind of what's going on and lets us do more kind of things. If you want to go above and beyond, like, share, subscribing, because that costs nothing. It costs nothing but like a click. It doesn't even take your time to do it. Right click. Come on. But if you want to go above and beyond that, come over to Patreon. It's a really, really fun place to brew decks. We're going to be doing spell table stuff over. You can't see in the background here, but I've set up a permanent spell table residence so I can start doing spell table games with people on Patreon. So I'm really looking forward to that. Thunder and I got to play a game yesterday, which was pretty fun. Thunder beat me with a Kellen deck, which is horrible. It was the worst part of my week. It's worse than injuring my arm that Thunder destroyed me with a Kellen deck. But it was a pretty cool deck. So Kellen's still horrible, but Thunder's a good deck pilot with it. Other than that, yeah, the last but not least is put these new decks in your AI armor sleeves. They're just great sleeves overall. They're the best sleeves I've found. I really like the people over there at AI Armor. They've been great. They sent us a bunch of stuff for when we did trivia. They've sent us lots of stuff to just give out and stuff. I really enjoy the brand. They're very nice. They're really friendly. I like them. They're great sleeves. Great sleeves, great concept, great art. That's it. Without I guess further ado, let's talk about this commander I was probably the most excited for from all of this Tarkir stuff. By the way, the Tarkir stuff's just selling like fire. The commander that I loved Doran, right? And this is kind of just Doran 2.0. So we have Felothar the Steadfast, and that's what this deck is about today, is Felothar the Steadfast. And initially, I was like, I'm just going to take my old Doran deck, and I'm going to make that this deck. And then the pre-con itself kind of had a bunch of pretty good stuff in it, so I ended up keeping a lot of that and then going a different direction. This is more, it's kind of like Arcades with black is the best way to look at it, but like Arcades on heroin. I think it was was it you or Frank that told me that, Sherman?
I don't remember.
I think it was you that said this is like Arcades on steroid. Arcades with removal if I played removal.
Yeah, you never play removal. I'm like the whole time.
Yeah. I do different kinds of removal. But this Felothar is 1/1 white, 1 black, 1 green for a 0/5 human warrior. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than power, which is great. Always a fun archetype. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defender. Doran didn't have that, which is why everyone went like the tree folk route, and that's why everyone had Arcades, right? Like this is kind of the best of both worlds. And then you pay 3 and a tap, and then this is a wild ability in these colors. 3 and a tap, you sack another creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard equal to its power. This is a monster draw engine. This was, like Sherman got to see this. This is a huge, huge draw engine. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nice. You got to draw 10 cards at one point in time from one of your creatures?
Yeah, I threw away the Indomitable Ancient for a draw 10 at 3 mana. Not too shabby.
Which didn't help us because you don't run removal, and Frank had 60 the stupid buddy.
The heir apparent. The deck that we played against, it was a Balin heir apparent deck. That is, I think, the best commander for it. I didn't even consider that, and it's a rabbit, so I should have, but yeah, that deck slaps. This one's not as budget as we have been doing lately. $131, still pretty budget. That's how I'm going to look at it, you know?
I say anything that's under 200 now is pretty much a decent budget.
Yeah.
So
I think that's fair. I really like to keep decks lately around this 100, 150 maximum range kind of thing. That's kind of how I've been building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a bunch of the newest stuff. And I think a lot of this is just inflated because it's the new set. But we'll see. Let's start off in our big booty creatures here.
Slothy, you want to take it, or do you want me to take it first?
You take it.
All right. We got Arasta of the Endless Web for 2 double green, legendary enchantment creature spider that's a 3/5 enhanced reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, you create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach, which is fun.
Yeah. I play no removal, but everyone I play with plays a lot. So yeah, those pesky instants and sorceries keep getting me. So it's really nice to have this just passively generate. A 3/5 is not horrible in our deck, especially because we're essentially getting this as a 5/5 with that effect, which is nice.
Yeah.
The next one we've got here is Arboreal Grazer. Single green for a 0/3 Sloth Beast with reach. When the creature enters, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped.
Honestly, we should get you photoshopped on this and get you a hoodie that says Sloth Beast.
That's incredible. I didn't realize that they changed that for Tarkir.
I didn't either. I've never seen it say Sloth Beast before. I run it a lot. Maybe I just missed it the whole time, but that's awesome.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's a nice early piece of ramp if we get it out, but again, it's still a 0/3, which is kind of nice. This deck is running this as a 3/3, right? So we have this Bedrock Tortoise over here. 3 and a green for a 0/6 big creature. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control have hexproof. That's important because everyone wants to kill my creatures. Each creature you control toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Kind of just like our commander still.
Just a backup, just in case your commander's not there.
Yeah, it's nice to still have that available because your commander's going to get removed. People are going to see you draw 10 cards and they're going to path to exile it.
Yeah. Ooh, we have the Indomitable Ancients for 2 double white creature, tree folk, warrior, 2/10. That's it. A lot of flavor text. That's it.
Yeah. I've seen in a lot of the, I've seen a few upgrade lists of what people did, and they're like, oh, this card's just not good enough in the modern age. This is a 10/10 at 4 mana in this deck. What are we talking about?
It's just because it has no abilities. That's why it's vanilla. People don't like vanilla creatures anymore.
Its ability is that it's the Whomping Willow. This thing whacks you.
Its ability is drawing you 8 cards and beating you, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true.
Next one we've got here is the Rampant Architect. 3 and a green for 3/4 Elephant Advisor. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, create a 1/3 white wall creature token with Defender. And whenever a creature you control with Defender dies, you may search your library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. This goes very well with the commander.
That's a power ability. We did miss one. I'll go back to that one after, but I did want to talk about this one.
Oh.
This is such... It's okay. It's all good. Don't worry. I love the next one, that last one too. This is such a cool card because, again, making the defenders is awesome because this is really coming in with 7 power at 4 mana, which is phenomenal in this kind of deck. But that ramp, I'll give you a spoiler. There's a lot of defenders in the deck. They're in a different section called defenders, but there's a lot of them. It's a lot of, like I said, normally this color is the Tree Folk route, and that's I got to go a totally different route than my Doran, so I made a whole other section for them. But this enters or attacks ability is just great. There's so many. I already want a bunch more copies of this card for that reason. I just really, really like it. Its passive ramp on its own is great. The one we missed there was our Nyx Fleece Ram. 1 and a white for a 0/5 enchantment sheep. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain a life. Nice and easy.
Ooh, I get a fun one here. We have Shadrix Silverquill for 3 and a white and a black. Legendary creature, Elder Dragon, 2/5. Flying double strike. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may choose 2. Each mode must target a different player. Target player creates a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. And target player puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. This has always been a fun command. Oh wow, it's only like 250 now.
Yeah, it's dropped. They've given it some pretty good reprints, which is nice. I love Shadrix.
This art is just so phenomenal.
I loved all of the Strixhaven Elder Dragons. They're all so fun. My least favorite. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say my least favorite one is Velomachus, and I have 3 Velomachus decks. You know?
Why?
Because they all do different things. Velomachus is really fun. I loved building those, and so any time I can slot Shadrix in is great. It being in the precon already was really, really cool. But again, with that toughness of 5, like the double strike on it, it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
For all the other things it gives us, it's also kind of our backup flying generator if we need it, because we don't really have a lot of flying in this. A lot of these things are low to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Slothy, you take the next one.
Next up, we've got the Sidar Kondo of Jamura. 2 green and a white for a 2/5 legendary human knight with flanking. And creatures your opponents control without flying or reach can't block creatures with power 2 or less. And it's got partner.
Yeah. Pretty cool piece of evasion in it.
Yeah.
That's fun. And it has flanking. I miss flanking. Such a stupid mechanic. Such a bad mechanic, but still.
It is fun, though.
It can be fun. It just changes the math.
Yeah, it's fun when people misunderstand the math, too, right?
Yeah.
We have
you do flanking with First Strike and Wither. Ooh.
That's gross. That's disgusting. That's really mean. We have our Towering Titan here. 4 double green for a 0/0 giant. It enters with X/1/1 counters on it, where X is the total toughness of other creatures you control, which is a nuts ability. That's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with just the Indomitable Ancient out, right? That's coming in as a 10/10. Sack a creature with Defender. All creatures gain trample until end of turn. So a really, really nice way to overrun with our huge things later in the game.
Yeah. Which category are we going into now?
Defenders.
All right, I'm going to start it off then. We have Angelic Wall for 1 and a white. It's a defender that's flying and 0/4.
Then we've got the Axebane Guardian. 2 and a green for a 0/3 human druid with defender. And you can tap it to add X mana in any combination of colors where X is the number of creatures you control with defender.
That's
awesome in here.
Piece of ramp, yeah.
That's a phenomenal piece in this.
Yeah, we have a total of 24 defenders, right? So a lot of times it's going to add us pretty decent value.
Mm-hmm.
We have a way to get around some of the stuff where we can't attack people. Maybe they're locked out with like a Pillow Fort route that we just can't crack. We have the Blight Pile in that case. This is a 3/3 for 1 and a black. It's Phyrexian creature, defender. You pay 2 and a black. Tap it. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of creatures you control with defender. Yeah, so
that's a fun card.
Yeah, a lot of times like this will be everyone loses 6 life, but spread out that's tap 3, do 18 damage. Pretty decent.
Oh yeah, I guess that is a reprint from Brothers War, pretty much, or whatever.
Is that what it is from?
Yeah,
it was from what's the other one here?
Dominaria United, I guess.
Dominaria
United. Yeah,
that's fair.
Okay, We got the next one. It's Carvin Cariad. It's a 1 double green creature spirit 2/5 defender. When this creature enters, draw a card. That's some nice artwork.
I was just going to say, I really like this artwork. Like the flowers on it up close are really nice.
Okay. This was originally in Ravnica.
Yeah.
Next one we've got here is the Crashing Drawbridge. 2 mana for a 0/4 artifact creature wall with Defender, and tap to have creatures you control gain haste until end of turn.
That's kind of slept on a lot of the times because it's just 100%. Sitting there as a 0/4. Then I dump out a bunch of these like 2/10s, 2/5s, and really crack people.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very simple fortified rampart. 1 and a white for a 0/6 wall with Defender.
Of course.
I think walls all became Defender as long as, if I'm correct, right?
I think so.
We'll find that out. Somebody let me know in the comments.
I don't know the history, so. All right. Next one, we have Gleaming Barrier for 2 mana. It's a artifact creature wall Defender. When this creature dies, create a treasure token, and it's also a 0/4.
That's a fun one to throw away with the commander. You got to remember as well, all of these cards we've been talking about are insane draw engines. A lot of these are like draw 4, draw 3, draw 10.
True.
All walls do have Defender.
Yes, okay. Walls changed to Defender, yeah, because it was walls can't attack before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
They're on the Jetty here.
Jetty, yeah. Next up, we've got the Jotty Offshoot. Single green for a 0/3 plant with Defender and Landfall. Whenever land you control enters, you gain 1 life.
Not horrible.
On Maratha, even
nice,
the trees grow
especially if you
trees.
drain yourself like another deck Daniel has.
Yeah, that's the next one. Man, that was a fun one. I'm excited to talk about that one. That deck was cracked. We have our Overgrown Battlement here. 1 and a green for a 0/4 Defender. This taps for a green for each creature you control with Defender. So again, I like that these all kind of already tap for themselves, not each other.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very nice. It's a very big ramp piece.
Right. You got a Perimeter Captain for a single white. It's a 0/4 creature human soldier. It has Defender, and whenever a creature you control with Defender blocks, you may gain 2 life.
I really like how like cheap a lot of these are to just drop down early save you from aggro.
Yeah, it's nice.
Not a lot of early commanders can get through a 0/4.
Yeah, true. Next up here, we've got the Stalwart Shield Bearers. 1 and a white for 0/3 human soldier with Defender. And other creatures you control with Defender get +0/+2.
Nice little buff.
That's an additional 2 cards you can draw with your commander for every creature you got.
It's true. It is true. We have our Steel Wall here. Another one. It's another 1 drop. A artifact creature wall with Defender. 1 colorless. And it's a 0/4 as well.
Wow, it's like actually like it's not expensive, but like still
for what it is, it's kind of a pricey piece, right?
Yeah,
I wonder if there's a cheaper version. Oh, there we go. I found a cheaper version. We got it to 35 cents. Next
card. There you go. See, that sounds way better. All right. Next card here we have is Sylvan Cariad or Carotid, whatever. Good golly, it's early in the morning. I can't talk. 1 in green creature plant 0/3 Defender and has hexproof, and you tap it to add 1 mana of any color.
Yeah. It's honestly, I love all these little pieces of ramp. But yes, go ahead, Slothy.
Next one we've got here is the Tree of Perdition. It is 3 and a black for a 0/13 plant with Defender, and you can tap it to exchange target opponent's life total with this creature's toughness.
I don't think there's a cheaper version. Nope.
No, this is the Innistrad Remastered one.
Yeah, that's the one I have in the deck. But
yeah, but they're all expensive. Let's face it.
Yeah.
I like that this is half the Defender list cost, basically. In fairness, though, that does make this a 0/40 pretty early on, and then makes it so you can draw 40 cards.
And just draw yourself out.
If I can't hit my Reliquary Tower in a draw 40, I don't deserve my Reliquary Tower.
Oh, you forgot to put it in? Too bad.
Uh-oh. Next, we have Tree of Redemption with, I think, one of the nicest new artworks. I really, really like this one. It's basically just the opposite. 3 and a green for a 0/13 defender. Again, those are huge things, right? Being able to throw either of those away as their own draw is nuts, but this is exchange your life total with this creature's toughness, which is, again, pretty cracked. This just makes it a 0/40 that you can wallop someone with and kill them. If you can realistically like get this out. If you're having a good game, you have the crashing drawbridge out. You can get like this switched over and then attack pretty quick.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Okay, we got the next card here. It's going to be a Walking Bulwark. For 1 mana, it's an artifact creature golem. It's a 0/3 with Defender. And for 2 mana, until the end of turn, target creature with Defender gains haste, can attack as though it didn't have Defender, and assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Activate only as a sorcery. Ooh, that's a lot of text.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to have a haste enabler.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Next up here, we've got the Wall of Blossoms. 1 and a green for 0/4 plant wall with Defender. When this creature enters, draw a card.
I like it. It's simple. A Wall of Junk as well. 2 mana for a 0/7. That one's thick. Defender. When it blocks, return it to its owner's hand at the end of combat. That's okay. This isn't 4 blocking in this deck, so.
Next one. Oh, this is a fun one. Wall of Limbs. 2 and a black. Creature zombie wall 0/3 Defender. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. For 5 and double black, so 7 mana. Sacrifice this creature. Target player loses X life, where X is the creature's power.
It's a nice late game thing if you're pumping.
A lot of fun.
Next up, we've got the Wall of Omens. 1 and a white for a 0/4 wall with Defender. When this creature enters, draw a card.
This deck has a lot of draw. It's so much draw for an Abzan deck. It's crazy. We're doing another deck today after this one, and that deck has blue, and that deck does not have as much draw in it. It's what am I doing? Yeah, again, this one was just a monster draw engine the whole way through, and I really like commanders that have draw built into them. Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Yeah, 100%.
So we've got our Wall of Roots here. 1 and a green for a 0/5 plant wall with Defender. You can put a 0/1/1 counter on it to add a green mana. Activate only once each turn.
Nice. Ooh, this next one is really fun. Wall of Souls for 1 and a black. It's a wall. It's a 0/4. Whenever Wall of Souls is dealt combat damage, it deals an equal amount of damage to target opponent. I love this card because it's so much fun to politic. It's like, hey, like Slothy, swing in at me with your 20/20. I will block with my Wall of Souls, and Daniel will take 20 damage to the face.
I'd take that deal.
I do like that deal. It is nice. I never thought of it that way. To me, it's just if you attack me, you're getting the damage. But you are right. You can use it as a pseudo workaround to kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I used to do that in a lot with my Rhea Ivor deck. I'd be like, okay, tell you what, like, let me attack you. I'll do no damage. In exchange, you can attack me. I'll block. My creature will die because it's the Wall of Souls. And then you can say, hey, which opponent will take the damage instead?
Fair.
Next one here is Weathered Sentinels. 3 mana for a 2/5 artifact creature wall with Defender, Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. This creature can attack players who attacked you during their last turn as though it didn't have Defender. And whenever this creature attacks, it gets +3/+3 and gains indestructible until end of turn.
I didn't realize this was such an expensive card.
Yeah.
The other versions are $12.
Good golly.
So apparently it was a pretty good reprint.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
That was New Capenna?
Yeah.
There was, let's see, New Capenna. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Maybe it's just because it has all the evergreen words. It's probably used for a lot of decks because of that.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So next card.
Oh wait. Yeah, I think that's me here. We have the Wingmantle Chaplain. 3 and a white for a 0/3 human cleric with Defender. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying for each creature with Defender you control, which is phenomenal. That's crazy. And then whenever another creature you control with Defender enters, you create another 1/1 white bird. It's just an awesome pseudo generator for already something we're doing.
Yeah.
It's nice that it creates flyers for you, right? Because it's just like, since like you're saying you have issues with flyers, so if you're creating like things that can block flying, that's really nice. Plus, like worst comes to worst, you can attack with them. Even if it's just like chip damage, it's still something.
Yeah, it's this card I didn't get to play this in Felothar just yet, but I've played it in Arcades a bunch, and it puts in pretty phenomenal work.
There. Okay, I'm guessing we're gonna move on to the draw section.
Yeah.
Okay. We have the first card here, Felothar, King of All, or sorry, King to All. Ugh. It's 2 and abzan, so white, black, green, legendary creature, spirit, dragon. It's a 5/7 with flying. At the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. Then, if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then, if you control creatures have, then if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life, rounded up. Woo!
Yeah.
This seemed like a really, really interesting, fun commander when we were going through the spoilers, or not spoilers, the set review.
You can definitely switch these out, you can play them interchangeably. Playing Felothar in the command zone will tone the deck's power down a fair bit because it doesn't enable the defenders, right? There's other ways to enable them in here, but you have the workaround. But again, it is another toughness matters commander if you do want one.
Yeah.
I just like that. Losing half their life is pretty rough.
Yeah.
And I think Felothar and any other creature in the list hits that first part already, almost the second part probably.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall really seeing anything less than 3 toughness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. However, moving on, we've got Desperate Measures. Single black for an instant. Holy moly. Target creature gets +1/-1 till end of turn. When it dies under your control this turn, draw 2 cards.
Yeah. I like it. That's generally speaking, something's going to die. It's we're going to get more draw off it, right? That's what we want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have as well a Teo Geometric Tactician. I love this Teo just in general, but it works perfect for this deck. It's like it's built for it. 2 and a white for a legendary planeswalker Teo, starting loyalty 3. When Teo enters, you get a 0/4 white wall with defender and flying, which is just a great ETB. +1, you and target opponent each draw a card. I love that one. It's great. And then -2, choose left or right until your next turn. Each player may attack only the nearest opponent in the last chosen direction, and planeswalkers controlled by that opponent. So it's kind of nice to keep us a little safe if we need to, too. Not really that we need to. Most people aren't going to be able to get through our thick defenses here, but...
That's so annoying, just choosing the direction. So annoying. All right. We're going to move on to the next card here. It's going to be Welcoming Vampire for 2 and a white. And the Vampire is a 2/3. It has flying. Whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, you draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I like that. Extra card draw. It's always good.
We have a bunch of lands. None of them are really super important. Access tunnel just so we can get through as kind of like a rogue's passage way to get through. Other than that, nothing much. Slothy, you take our protection away.
Sure. Got a big old protection section here. We've got Swiftfoot Boots, 2 mana for an equipment. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste, and has equipped for 1.
It's all the protection you need when you're thick in the brain.
Thick in the brain, swift in the boots.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. We've got a pump section here, and I love this card. It's every time I've been able to cast this card, it has been a powerhouse. And again, I cannot stress enough that this commander is a absolute monster when we draw. Like, there's so much draw available. So we've got Bald in here. It's 4 double white for a 0/7 human warrior. During your turn, each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. That's already what we're doing. That's fine. But whenever Baldin attacks, up to 100 target creatures each get +0/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. So throwing away like any of our things is, again, if we throw away like Tree of Perdition, for instance, right? all our creatures are getting a +0, +7 just on attack if we have no other cards in hand when we do that draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, Balden is a game finisher. Like, generally speaking, one attack from Balden is going to be good. And also, Balden can hit himself when Balden attacks up to 100 target creatures, not 100 other.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it's already a 0/7. Like, it's already, again, for the purposes of our decks, this functioning is a 7/7. And a 7/7 at 6 is already pretty decent. But a 7/7 that can possibly be like a 14/14 is much more decent.
I know it kind of inflates the budget quite a lot, but I think Delny would be absolutely hilarious in this.
I was thinking about putting Delny in. Number one, I don't have any other Delnys, but just that unblockable aspect is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of have the attitude of Balden. Like, what are you going to do? I was going to throw my arms out like that. Definitely can't do that with my... I started lifting this one. I was like, stop that right now. Cut that right out. Sherman?
Even if you want to be unblockable, there's many ways of doing it because you're in white and black. That's cheaper than Delmy. It's not as effective as Delmy, but it's cheaper. So like you have like things like Dante's Embrace, where you give something shadow.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I remember it's an enchantment. I can't remember. It's like a 2 in a black or something like that. But like for double black, you can target creature gains shadow to end a turn.
Yeah.
So you have stuff like that. It's harder to find card.
There's budget works around. Like I said, Delny is. I think Delny would just overperform because of its underperform because of its ability for that extra ETB. Right, we're not really doing a lot of ETB, sadly.
Yeah.
Wingmate Chaplain go crazy though.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on to the next card. Here is Solidarity for green and white. It's an instant. Creatures you control get +0/+5 until end of turn. Not bad for 4 mana. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Tower Defense. 1 and a green. Creatures you control get +0/+5 and gain reach until end of turn.
Even better for
That's
2.
nice.
Yeah.
Solidarity on steroids.
Yeah, it's both of those things. Like I said, they're such big pumps across the board at instant speed. If somebody thinks they're going to take, I'll take 9 or 10 damage, whatever, I'll get 3 of these through. 15 more damage at instant speed is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty decent ramp section here, so I really, 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 really like these new monuments. I picked up so many of them. I think they're such a cool budget piece. I just really like them. So we've got this Abzan monument. It is a 2 mana artifact. When it enters, you search your library for basic plains, swamp, or forest, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. That's already phenomenal as like a nice little piece of tutor. And then it has an ability later on where we can pay 1 white, 1 black, 1 green, tap it, sack it, create an XX white spirit creature token where X is the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Activate only as a sorcery. That again, it slots in so good to this deck. But even just in like normal decks, right? Like that tutor is great. That generally speaking will be a pretty decent extra thing to throw away with and make a token with. I love these monuments. Yeah,
it seems fun. So need to play around with it more to see if I like them or not.
That's fair.
But yeah, it is what it is. Next card here is going to be the Arbor Adherent for 3 and a green. It's a creature, dog, druid. The 2/4. Tap it to add 1 mana of any color, or you can tap it to add X mana of any one color where X is the greatest toughness amongst other creatures you control. That seems a little broken.
Monster ramp. Also, the dog druid is a wildly hilarious drawing.
Yeah.
It's just so humanoid. They just drew a guy, replaced his head, and then they're like, maybe he has claws on his fingers? I don't know.
It's a dog man. What do you expect out of me?
Dogs don't have thumbs. What are we talking about?
Next one here is the Arcane Signet. 2 mana. You can tap it for 1 mana of any color in your commander's identity.
True. We've got a nice easy command sphere, 3 mana. You tap, you add 1 mana of any of your commander's identity, and believe it or not, we also can still draw with this one if we don't draw enough.
Yeah.
Then we got our classic Cultivate for 2 and a green, sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, put one on the battlefield tap and the other one in your hand. Then shuffle.
Then we've got Farseek. 1 and a green for sorcery. You can search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
It is very nice. Basically, as long as you hit your 4 mana and your 1 mana of each color to get your commander out, you're pretty online, because you're going to have 1 or 2 of these defenders to throw away early, refill your hand, and a lot of times when you're drawing 6 more cards, if you're not hitting a land in 6 more cards, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Pray more, I guess. Be a better person for more karma. I don't know what to say. That would be a pretty rough one. When I was playing with Thunder yesterday, I looked at like the top 5 cards in my library for a land, and there wasn't one. I was not happy. It was not wonderful for me. We've got our Mind Stone next, another 2 mana artifact. You tap for a colorless, pay 1 and a tap, sack it, draw a card.
Awesome. Then we got an Orzhov Signet for 2 mana. Tap 1 and tap it to add a white and a black.
Sorry, it wasn't 5 cards, it was 4. It was the next card I played. Slothy, take it, please.
Yeah, we've got the Planar Atlas. 2 mana, enters tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you may look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you do, reveal up to 1 land card from among them. Put that card on top of your library, the rest at the bottom in a random order. And you can tap it for colorless.
I'm starting to really like this as a rock. A rock that digs for more mana is kind of nice. I'm okay with being a turn behind on its tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's early on. It's only going to be, like, if you get in your opening hand, like, early on, no one's really going to do anything those early times, right? So, and you're basically, like, guaranteeing a land drop the next turn.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it, right? Like, I find that this card lets me keep a little bit of a riskier hand because I'm going to be able to dig so deep to make sure my next card is a draw.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a land in the top 4, please.
You run 33 land. Come on. The chances of you...
So, in theory, there should be 1 in the next 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be 1 in the next 3.
What is this, the Arena Shuffler? We have a Selesnya Signet here. 2 mana, it taps for 1. You pay 1, tap it. Tap for 1 green, 1 white. Just nice, basic, easy ramp.
And then you got your old classic Soul Ring for 1 mana, tap to add 2 colorless.
Then you've got the Samurai himself, Thought Vessel, 2 mana artifact. You have no max hand size, tap it for colorless.
Is it supposed to look like that? I can't.
I genuinely think it is.
I hope
this
so.
Point.
But
it's like a tiara. That's the way I look at it.
I can only see the Samurai Starfish.
Yeah. It's always the mustache is the first thing I'm drawn to.
I don't know if that's what how it's supposed to be drawn, but that to me is just a face.
Yeah. It's like Origami Patrick Star or something.
I saw something this week about the term, about what it is when you if you see like things that could be like 2 eyes and a mouth on something, what the condition is that you...
That's like, it starts with a P or something like that, like poly, or, you know what, let's look it up real fast.
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever it is, that's me with Thought Vessel. All I can see is the Samurai Starfish. He honorably keeps all the cards in my hand.
It's going to be called Periodolia. Periodolia?
Okay. That's what you get when you're seeing things in hand, or faces and things?
Seeing faces and things. Also know, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
That's fun. This is an educational show now. It's me. We have our recursion section. We've got a Kolfner's Urn. It's 3 mana. I love this card, and I put this card in every deck that I can with this kind of playstyle. Whenever creature with toughness 4 or greater is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may exile it. At the beginning of the next end step, if 3 or more cards have been exiled with this artifact, sack it. If you do, return them to the battlefield under their owner's control. This is great. This brings all of our things back. It's board wipe insulation. It is not great at all if somebody in your playgroup has a destroy artifact card and you exile all your creatures. Then it's pretty rough. Do not put your commander under this, no matter how tempting it is.
I don't know what you're talking about. Playing with answers? Who would do that? Who would be that mean?
Never.
Couldn't be him.
No. It is really interesting. Like, what other, this is an old card, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Lorwyn. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, the other version of it.
This card says Lorwyn.
It's not.
All right,
That's not the other
move
version
on
of
here.
it. I thought there was a different artwork, so I think I'm thinking something different. Oh, it gives them like something kind of like Undying or whatever. I don't know if I remember it.
But you're thinking of like Cauldron of Souls.
That's the one. Yes.
That gives everything persist.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, we have the next card here. Reunion of the House for 5 double white sorcery. Return any number of target creature cards with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then you exile this card. So you're bringing back all your creatures.
Yeah.
Is this a new card? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Then we've got Smile at Death. 3 double white for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of them.
Yeah. It kind of makes it a bummer because then we're gonna have to discard cards later, but just power wise.
When you're drawing 14, discarding 1's not a big deal.
I guess it's not, but I want all the cards. You've got to believe me.
Oh, I believe you.
I really like card draw too much. We, believe it or not, haters, have a removal section. It's 6 cards. It's not a lot of removal, but it's there. I will start us off here
Only
with
6?
It's all you need. I'll start us off with our mighty removal section. We have D-Spark. A white and a black for an instant. Exile target permanent with mana value 4 or greater.
I'm still trying to get over the fact you only have 6 removal cards.
When I was building
This is a step in the right direction.
when I was building, I was like, maybe I should cut some of these and put a few more thick creatures in here. We could have a few more big booties in here as a treat.
All right. Next card here is going to be Expel the Interlopers for 3 double white sorcery. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than or equal to the chosen number. Great card.
I love it.
Then we've got Slaughter the Strong. 1 double white for a sorcery. Each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less and sacrifices all other creatures they control.
These are brutal board wipes. I hate them. But when I'm playing them...
If you hate them so much, take them out and put another thick boy in.
That's true. Another thing with more than...
Don't. Slothy, why?
We, for the first time in many, many decks, have a Swords to Plowshare. I don't put it in, and I get a lot of Instagram messages of like, why don't you just run like Swords and Path? I like other cards. I like to play other things. But this one did come with it, and it's too good of one to not include, so it got to stay. It avoided the cut for now. Oh, I guess I should read it. It's 1 white, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power.
Yeah.
Then we have Tip the Scales for 2 and a black sorcery. Sacrifice a creature. When you do, all creatures get -X until end of turn, where X is the sacrifice creature's toughness. This is a really interesting board wipe.
Yeah.
Huh.
Deal with those pesky Avacons.
I'm still annoyed that I discarded my toxic deluge in the game.
Oh yeah,
You guys.
Yeah. Sherman got rid of Toxic Deluge, and then the turn after that got swarmed by rabbits.
Well, it's because
yeah, sounds about right.
You playing this deck with a bunch of big boys, and Logan playing with Mothman and putting counters on everything.
Yeah,
Toxic Deluge kind of seemed bad.
Yeah, you're like, it doesn't seem like a great one, and then the next turn there was like 40 rabbits, and Sherman's like, all right, I wanted that back. Give it back, please.
Yeah, the final removal card we've got here is Wear Down. 1 and a green for sorcery. You can gift a card. I love the gift mechanic so much. Destroy target artifact or enchantment if the gift was promised. Instead, destroy 2 target artifacts and/or enchantments.
That's basically 2 pieces of removal.
I don't know about that.
This is basically removal section of 7.
I feel like this is too group huggy. You could cut this one as well for another thick boy.
No, I must have the group hug. Cut this for a Howling Mine.
There you go.
Yeah. I wish Wear Down was instant, but I understand why it's not. But
yeah.
It's still a good piece. I like it over like the Wilts, the Naturalizes, I like that utility of 2, and I like to make friends in the game, give someone a card. It's kind of nice. We have, I think we have our last section here. And this is just our things for some Toughness Matters cards. So this is just kind of rounding our deck out here. Our first one we have is Assault Formation. It's 1 in the green. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. We get it. Pay 1, green. Target creature with Defender can attack this turn as if it didn't have Defender. So again, we can get around if our commander is really, really stuck. And then it has a massive board pump of 2 in a green. Creatures you control get 0 and 1 until end of turn. So I like the nice little go wide pump that it gives us.
Yeah. You can also just pump so you can get more card draw from your commander.
True.
Yeah, this is really good with that. What was it? The one that can tap for each creature or greater stuff. Arbor Adherent.
Yeah, the humanoid dog, or
Yeah.
the dog druid.
Got that dog in him.
It does have that dog in him. Yeah, it's again that there's a lot of things in this deck that really do give us a lot. The same with the tap for each creature with Defender. A lot of times we're going to be able to the dog druid was tapping in the game for, I think, a lot of times 10, 8, 12. So it gets pretty big pretty quick. Yeah, it was very nice to be able to tap for 10, use 3 of the mana to discard, draw 10 cards. Like it was definitely nice. So you have the mana to pump this and stuff. There's also we have so much draw. I can't say it enough, right? So we are going to, generally speaking, not be missing mana in this deck.
Right. Next one we have is Behind the Scenes for 2 in a black. It is an enchantment. Creatures you control have Skulk, so they can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, which is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 and a white, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Also nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff with 0 power, including our commander.
Yeah.
That is true. So basically, like, your stuff is unblockable. Don't bring it up.
Mm-hmm. Don't even look at it.
Then we've got the Fecund Green Shell. 3 double green for a 4/6 elemental turtle with reach. As long as you control 10 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. And whenever Fecund Green Shell or another creature you control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, it goes in your hand.
But what a monster engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really, really like this one. I have not got a chance to play it in any of the decks I've put it in, and it makes me sad every time, but it's such a powerhouse card. Again, it's an anthem, it's ramp, and it's just like passive draw for playing creatures I'm already playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're very creature heavy in this deck.
And it's not expensive, which is really nice. It's only $1 here.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Our last one we have is, I think it's a new card, I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. It is a new card.
It is a new card,
yeah. It looks like it.
It's Jaws of Defeat, and it's probably the most annoying card in the deck. It's 3 in a black. It's an enchantment. Whenever a creature you control enters, target opponent loses life equal to the difference between that creature's power and its toughness.
That's stupid.
It's a monster card.
That's so brutal.
I play Tree of Redemption. Slothy loses 13 life. You know? There's
fine.
Yeah, there's so many things. Again, even I play my commander, you lose 5 life. I play Baldwin, you lose 7 life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty rough. This deck has, what is it for creatures here? Does it show me?
You have a lot of creatures.
38 creatures.
It's 38 creatures?
Yeah.
38 creatures.
Yeah, it's pretty creature heavy. Like that's more than I think half of our spells. Yeah, half of our spells would be 33 the way that I build. So yeah, like we're bound to hit these things. It's also a really, really low average mana value. You know, like 2.84 like curve. It's this is a bracket 2 deck. It's gonna be I've played this one 2 separate times now. I have found that this is overwhelmingly consistent commander. It's I've never had a problem. This deck is going to always do what it's meant to do. Felothar is always going to draw you cards. It's always going to spit out like huge defenders that are very, very hard to get through and can do a lot of damage. Like it really, really does make a weird archetype kind of work. But I don't think we've ever seen a draw engine as ridiculous as this in these colors. The amount that you can draw in this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the fact that you can draw like 10 cards from one creature is just stupid.
Well, again, even even in our, what's it called? If you had a commander that was pay 3, tap to draw 3, or a legendary creature, a lot of people would run those in any of these colors, right? If there was a green creature that let me pay 3 mana, sacrifice a creature, draw 3 cards, everyone would run that card. That'd be a $40 card, right? Like that's a powerful engine. And again, there's so many cards in the deck that are just huge draws. Like, oh no, I threw away my Nyx Fleece Ram for a total of especially I swing with it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to refill my hand after the next turn starts so that I don't have to discard cards away. I start my next turn with 13 cards in hand. Yeah. Yeah, like there's just there's a lot of really, really cool things you can do in this deck. But this deck is not I really like a lot of the decks we've been doing lately where we have a lot of options of you can go this way, you can go. This deck only has one way to go. It's you make thick booty tree defender things and you smash people in the head with them, or you draw cards with them, right? Like this is a pretty simple deck. You do not have to. There's not a lot of strategizing needed with a deck like this, right? Whereas, there is no target audience, only targets. But yeah, any thoughts on this one before we wrap here, Slothy?
No, I really, really enjoy it. I think that this is an interesting concept. It looks like it goes absolutely silly.
I love a good draw. I love a good draw engine.
I think that you've put a perfect amount of interaction in it. Don't listen to anybody.
The next deck we do will have a few instants in it, I promise.
I don't believe
Maybe it will. But yeah, that's it. I was going to say with this one, sorry, you finish what you're saying first.
No, that was about it.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say, if you want like a consistent feeling deck that is pretty creature heavy, then I think this is really, really a good build path for anyone. It is pretty cheap. Like you can bring this list cost down by getting rid of a few cards really, really easy. Like you don't need to have a Tree of Perdition in the deck. I think, like nice. Yeah, that's like almost $20. There's a few like $5 cards. The other Baitor, is that Teo really $5 right now? A lot of these cards, yeah. My land section for some reason is $22. I don't know why or how. What do I have that's an expensive land? Nothing. What does this deck cost without lands? $125. I don't know. This deck, the land section.
You got a few cards that are like $3, and I think that's what's adding up.
That's fair. But like I said, you can pretty easily cut a lot of this stuff down. I could make a budget version of it, but realistically, a lot of people are going to be able to find the precon itself for, $60-$70 and upgrade from there and stuff. At least this is some ideas on it. But I had a blast playing this game, this deck. I'm going to probably reach for this one more often. The more I play, the more I really, really find that I like just commanders that can let me draw things. If I don't have draw, I'm usually not too happy unless I'm doing something really stupid. Yeah. But that's it.
Like I'm the same way. Like any commander that has built-in card draw, I love off the bat just because it helps smooth out the deck so much.
Well, yeah, it just makes again, it brings that consistency up. And this is an estimated bracket like 2, right? I don't have any game changers in it. There's nothing super powerful, but as we say all the time with this bracket system, you have to be honest with what it is. And if you have a commander that enables you to draw like 6-7 cards a turn, yeah, obviously you're going to be a problem at the table. People are going to try kill your commander. You should probably put more than one piece of protection in the deck for it. I don't know what to say. You're probably only going to get one of those. You're going to get one of those huge draws off before everyone's like, I have to kill that thing immediately. There's a good reason that, like, generally speaking, like abzan doesn't have access to the draw like that, right? So, but yeah, that's it. I roll our sponsors. I roll our rotator's cuff still hurts. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Thank you guys for getting through this and my rotator cuff problems. If you like what you have heard, like, share, subscribe. It really does help out. Go above and beyond. Come over to Patreon. Build decks with us. We're going to be doing spell table games with patrons, so come over and beat me. If you want to, again, like I said, Thunder did beat me with the Kellen deck. Effed up. Take a drink because I was choking up. Because that's so devastating to me. If you like any of the cards from the episode, go to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. It's going to get you a discount at checkout. Support a good company. Support us. Get you a discount. Everybody wins. All good. And last but not least, AI Armor sleeves. Best sleeves that I found in a long time. That's it. That's all I've got for now. I'll let it roll out while I choke with my rotator cuff here. All right, I'm back from choking, and we're good. Thanks, everyone. Have a good week.
See you later.
All right, laters.